Well, September is Organic Harvest Month, and Native Son is continuing to educate us about the importance of certified organic and, more importantly, the best organic food finds at Native Son.
Owner of Native Son, Aaron Gottlieb, is joining us in the Native Son kitchen. Welcome back. Good to see you, brother.
Thanks for having me again.
All right, let's talk about this. Why, if folks don't know yet, why is it important to eat organic?
Well, I'm going to start from a different angle today, and we're actually going to talk about soil because we don't think about it. You know, our environment is something that we hear about, whether it's global warming or just the fact that we're having climate change. Whichever you believe, climate change is a fact.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, we don't know that organic farming, and new studies are showing that it is actually holding carbon in the soil. And so very different than it being released into the air and causing global warming or causing climate change, for whichever way you want to look at it. But they found that when you use conventional farming methods, so when you use pesticides and you use fertilizers, the fertilizers are releasing carbon out of the soil. And so when you're dealing with 25% more holding on to, 25% of the soil being able to hold onto the carbon, it's a must that we start looking at organic agriculture.
You're stripping, and we've been doing it for decades, we're stripping the nutrients out of the soil. One thing people don't realize is soil is a living organism.
Yes.
Like it's the dirt, people just think of it, oh, it's dirt, just put it down. No, it's a living organism, and then we're stripping all the nutrients out of it.
Well, and that being said, I mentioned it last week, we only have, according to the World Health Organization, 52 harvests left, which means that's 52 years, and if we keep growing conventionally, we will not be able to grow food the way we do today.
Unless we change our strategies.
Yes. Well, and funny enough, World Health Organization also says organic farming is the key to solving this problem.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the value of the buying organic, because I'll tell you, I faced that grocery store, and I know that Curtis in his home, they live and die by the organic, and I go and I look at it and I'm like, there's a price point difference, looks the same to me, smells the same to me. So what is the value in the actual when you consume this food for your body?
Let's first start by where you were coming from, because that's a common thought process, is it looks the same, but you see a different price point. The fact is when you buy organic food, usually, if you stick within the seasons, you're not going to find a large price difference.
Really?
One of our customers came in and they went to a competing grocery store and they bought 5 mangoes for 19 cents a piece. And they go, listen, we buy organic, but at 19 cents, we figured we can bend here. And then they went home and they threw 4 of the mangoes away just to get one. And meanwhile, at Native Son, we had a 59-cent mango. I remember the days of organic food costing where you paid $2.39 for a mango. But when you see the promotions that go on in the organic world, the disparity is really about whether or not someone's buying large lots of food that you're going to have to throw a bunch away in order to get your value, or whether we're hand picking it for you. So I find eating in season is going to help your price point, as well as looking for what the deals are going on out there. As far as what's the big value in it, today I wanted to bring up the Dirty Dozen.
Yep.
And you know, people think that they could eat clean food. As I said, soil's the most important thing in protecting our environment, but also protecting our health. And so, you know, most people are afraid of pesticides, and you know, Roundup just got itself in trouble recently because they're now linking it to cancer, and they're winning court cases for people claiming that they've gotten cancer from Roundup. In addition to it, atrazine, which is one of the #1 pesticides that is, herbicides that is used, is also linked to cancer as well. So we're dealing with some of the most toxic pesticides that are banned in other countries, but they're allowed in ours. So today I wanted to bring, these are all organic from our store, but if these were bought conventionally, these are some of the dirtiest foods in 2018.
When you mean dirty, what do you mean by dirty?
I mean dirty as in they're chemically laden, and that's what we have to worry about.
Not the one I just ate, right?
No, you were good. That's an organic strawberry. I would not poison the First Coast Living team. So, but strawberries, one of the, out of the 300 samples picked in conventional foods, there was 20 different pesticides on the strawberries, and that became the problem. The average was 13 different pesticides. And so what you find is we think of a lot about fruits and things with skins and that you can wash it off, but these chemicals are coming up through the soil as well, so they can't all be washed off. And what I've got here is from celery to strawberries to potatoes, even jalapeno peppers, which people think they protect themselves. All of these are the most heavily sprayed products with at least 2 and up to 20 to 30 different pesticides on one piece of fruit.
Let's hit some of this stuff in the front here with in this last minute or so. You got some prepared foods, and you guys are one of the only grocer, I think, that uses the freshest and organic only in your prepared foods.
Yeah, we don't ever co-mix conventional fruits and vegetables into our produce. That's all we put as organic. And so today I wanted to bring, if you want to eat fruits and vegetables and avoid chemicals, our Juice Plus bar ends up making these beautiful acai bowls, which are breakfast bowls, and they have all the fruits that normally are toxic, but they are not toxic here.
Is that chocolate?
Yes, that is raw cacao.
Look at that.
Fresh bananas, honey, coconut, and hemp granola in a base of acai berries. And acai berries have more nutrients than a blueberry or grapes, and so they're one of the highest antioxidant-rich breakfasts you can go for.
I'm going to go ahead and grab that one.
Oh, go for
so delicious.
It is absolutely. It's one of my favorite foods to go to for breakfast.
What are the other ones? Oh, shoot, we're out of time. Real quick, you can get these.
Come in and grab them at the store.
I like how he picks up a bowl and he goes, oh, we're out of time.
He was more concerned about his eating than me showing what great acai
I just wanted
bowls.
you to tell me what the first one was.
All right, well, I'd like to thank Native Son for sponsoring this segment. You can start your day with an Acai Bowl. How do I say it? That just shows.
So close.
That just shows I don't eat them enough. Shame on me.
We're going to have to get you one.
All right, from Native Son, order online at nativesonjacks.com or visit the Bay Meadows or Jack's Beach location.